Okay, long time no talk. Thought I would try a new thing. Actually, I got a new cell phone, so gonna try that camera, just see how it works. I haven't checked in on a while here, but it's been a lot of change. I really haven't made much videos in the last year and a half. It's just been chopping along in the precious metals markets, but we've had a recent spark and a surge of activity, as we know, since Trump got elected. Metals have taken off, especially gold. Gold has been the story the last year. It's been shooting up from 2,000 to way over 3,000, and silver's kept up a little bit, but it's still lagging. If it's actually a bull market, we've all expected silver to do better. I mean, right now, silver's trading at about 100 to 1. Personally, I think it definitely has the potential to go down to 30 to 1. There's no reason why, as a monetary metal, it can't go to 15 to 1. And that's my hope. And I think there's definitely manipulation in the market. So, in a natural environment where it's traded as a monetary metal, I do believe personally 15 to 1 is more of a natural ratio. Say what you will. But, all right, well, let's just dive in. Look, these are just some recent pickups, and I've got to say I'm the stereotypical American buyer that I like to buy when the price goes up, especially, if I think we're near a breakout level, like $35 an ounce. A lot of the technical analysts were saying around 35. Silver gets above there, and I know, frankly, the economic picture right now, it really feels like we're due for an economic recession, and it's hard to imagine the metals could go up when the economy's in a downturn, but you never know. Silver could go up when you least expect it, but anyways, with all that said, I've really made quite a few purchases thinking that we were near a breakout. So, at these prices, we're paying more. A lot of these were I bought closer to $34 an ounce is what I paid. Some was less because we had a big pullback. I put in a couple more orders after that. Just trying to find good deals, so let's take a look. It's going to be a short video, like I said. I pretty much laid them out here. It's the new camera setup, so it's not really a great angle, but you got 2 rolls of these radial buffaloes. Just really like these. Great coin. I'm really not sure how this camera is going to adjust, if I have to manually adjust it like my old camera, or if it has an auto adjust. I love these radial buffalo. I mean, they're very reminiscent of the Canadian maple. They do a great job on these. And I was just thinking, like, cause I was looking through some of my older coins, and I was seeing a lot of milk spots, even on like Niue coins. For generic rounds, these are the elemental mint. I'm sorry. I don't think I've seen any milk spots on them. And they just look amazing. I don't think I brought one out, but it's funny. There's another mint. I think it's called Cutsaw mint. They make exactly the same. I think it's exactly the same die, so they look identical, but they don't have the elemental logo. Let me just check something here. I want to check the focus. Oop. Let's see here. Okay, yeah, I don't know if it was autofocusing, but I mean, you can see it has the they call it the elemental logo. The other mint, I think it's called Cutsaw mint, and I swear they must be like brothers with facilities within the same county or something. They're using the same dies, except they changed that logo. I don't know what the deal is there. They're both in Texas, those 2 mints. But anyways, grabbed, as you can see, a bunch of those. Yes. You would think the 10-ounce bars are always going to be cheaper than 1-ounce rounds, but a lot of times here in the States, we can get 1-ounce rounds for virtually same price as like a 10-ounce bar. And I always feel like the 1-ounce increments are better for a lot of reasons. But then I also got these. This was a pretty good deal off Bullion Exchange. Take a look. Just some. Look at the how I got that camera set up. 2025 Krugerrands. They're, for the most part, Krugerrands I like because they're good quality. You do get milk spotting occasionally, but it's not terribly common. Overall, I feel like they're a good value, great design, and for the most part, they do a good job. So they're interesting, a little bit like the Eagle, where the finish it can change slightly. Sometimes it's like a really thick matte, almost a little bit frosted, and then other times they're a little more polished on the dies. So you do see a little variation. Very nice coin. They do have that, there's like a micro lettering. You see it. Take a swig of my drink here. Yeah, you see that in quite a few coins. I don't know if I'll be able to show it here. Let's see, where's that camera lens? I don't have the lighting right, but it says Krugerrand actually, I believe, on that little mountain. Almost had it, actually. Let's see. Where you change the channel. Trying to see if I can see that micro. I'm not going to hit the focus. It's like right there on that hill. Anyways. So those are pretty good. Got those. I've actually got, I think, 2 or 3 more similar orders in the mail. I don't like in my state. I have to buy $1,000 worth every time to avoid tax. Really hate that. Also got this from Hero. Nice little poured 10-ounce bar. I think it's poured or cast. Finally got something from First Mint. Nice 10-ounce bar. Cast, I believe. Very nice. Love that logo. You know, harkens back to like that Central American Republic. Good stuff there. Some of it was from Bullion Exchange. They have a pretty good deal. You get like 4 coins a spot, and they're nice. You get like an eagle, kangaroo, maple, and Britannia spot. I think these were those. Odds and ends. So these are great. Kangaroos can milk spot, which is funny because Perth Mint, they definitely have a quality control where they can avoid milk spotting. As we see on like their Zodiac, doesn't never have spots, but kangaroos do sometimes. 2025 Eagle. I'll do some of these in my upcoming orders that are going to be in the mail. This one is pretty interesting from Perth. Again, like this type of coin will very rarely have milk spots from Perth. But I don't think this camera has a very good macro lens, unfortunately. I don't know what series this is. It doesn't have the king, but they got some animals on it. So yeah, standard. I don't think I have one of these in my collection. So sometimes I'll just add a random round that I don't have in my collection yet. It's kind of cool there. Was going through some of my. Yeah, I'm not going to fit it on screen. Some of my 1-ounce bars I was throwing in this bag to get through those later. Alright, that'll wrap it up for now. We'll talk to you later, and like I said, a lot of crazy volatility with all the tariffs, and hopefully the metals have a good year for 2025. Alright, see ya.